senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozhekome, has faulted the sacking of the governor and deputy governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi and Dr. Eric Igwe, respectively, following their defection from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). According to Ozhekome, the tenure of office of a governor and his deputy are constitutional matters. The court, in a judgment that was delivered by Justice Inyang Eku on Tuesday, held that the total number of 393 and 42,000 votes Umahi secured during the March 9, 2019 governorship election in Ebonyi State belonged to the PDP and same could not be legally transferred to the APC. According to the court, having defected to the APC, both Umahi and his deputy not only jettisoned the PDP but also the vote that belonged to it. The senior lawyer, however, disagreed with the judgment in a statement on Tuesday, saying the appellate court have since heard again and again that votes cast in an election belong to a live candidate and not the political party, which merely serves as a vehicle that enthrones candidates. Ozhekome cited the position of the Supreme Court in the case of Ozongbachi versus Amadi and OAS 2018, saying, "I believe the Supreme Court has laid to rest the contention that it is the political party which contests and wins an election in CPC versus Ombugadu 2013, 18 NWLR Part 1385. The court was categorical that individuals as candidates win election and not the political parties." He noted that in the case of Haruna versus APC and ORS 2019, the Court of Appeal held, among several others, that parties do not contest, win or lose election directly. They do so by the candidates they sponsored, and before a person can be returned as elected by a tribunal or court, that person must have fully participated in all the stages of the election, starting from nomination to the actual voting. He said, the implication of Section 141 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended is that while a candidate at an election must be sponsored by a political party, the candidate who stands to win or lose the election is the candidate and not the political party that sponsored him. I therefore most respectfully submit, as heard by appellate court, that a political party is merely a vehicle in which a candidate can ride to contest an election and nothing more. The vote belongs to the candidate and not the political party. The political party ceases to have any considerable relevance or insolence over a person that has won an election and has been sworn in as a legislator, governor or president of the entire people, who are far larger than a mere political party. According to Ozhekome, Section 308 of the Nigerian Constitution grants absolute immunity to the president, vice president, governor, and deputy governor from being proceeded against in any civil or criminal proceedings. He said, consequently, no civil or criminal proceedings could ever sustain against this set of persons while still holding office. Going by the above plethora of authorities, I humbly submit that a governor already sworn in cannot be removed by the Federal High Court through an originating summons. It will surely be set aside on appeal, he added. They will argue it and argue it and argue it, argue it and argue it. It's just like when they say thou shalt not steal, somebody will not go and steal. If you steal, this is what will happen to you. But somebody will not see, they will not begin to tell you or bring this kind of technicality. Oh, the person stole because he was hungry. The person stole because he didn't have anything to do. But the law said, don't do this, don't do this. So I begin to ask myself, because all these arguments back and forth, doesn't mean all these lawyers do not know all these things, because all of these things are stipulated in the Constitution. So why back and forth? Everybody ought to know what is right in the first place. And that is why you see that the corruption is all over the place. Some people will even know the truth and they'll twist it and they look the other way. They don't want to say anything. So Ozhekome is coming from a different angle, and which is very, very shocking, because they will on the technicality ground, because even the court that sacked the governor and the rest of them quoted law as well. So I don't even know who to believe and who not to believe. Maybe the laws are contradicting themselves. They are contradictory in nature. That's just the way I see it. All I know is that someone must be right. If the Supreme Court finally rules on this matter, that settled the constitution. But it's like a, well, according to what the instances that Ezekume quoted, it has happened before, and I don't know why it is not like that now. However, as at the moment and in absence of any new ruling and appeal against it, that is the law. Maybe the political landscape is about to be restructured for the good of the society. Let us know what is obtainable, because it's like there's a contradiction in all of these things. The judgment to me is the right way to go. A political office belongs to the party that puts in all resources to win an election. If you want to try your popularity as an individual, go ahead and contest election in your newly preferred party during electioneering. This judgment will entrench democracy further if the Supreme Court can uphold the ruling of the lower courts. And again, I think there's an independent candidate now that can really go instead of all this wahala. Anyhow, they will end the judgment. It is for the betterment of the poor. For once, either of any decision becomes law. That is all. That bad precedents have been laid by our politicians in the past, and our various courts have been silent on it. There are myriads of precedences that can be referred to in this matter without being prejudicial. It is legal practitioner like this vulture that is the problem of this country, a sun casting aspersions on the verdict of a competent court of jurisdiction, always scavenging for dead and dying politicians to feed on. I think it's quoting a law, and it's by the law that we're still going to follow. Yeah, I don't think anybody should be blaming anybody. It is the law that they need to really redefine so that everybody will understand it. Maybe some people do not understand it, or they try to look the other way, because even from the angle of Ozhekome, it's quoting the law according to what is written in the constitution. I don't think it's making it up, because it's referring to what is in this section, what is not in this section. Also, the court that gave that verdict still quoting constitution. So who do we believe? Which one is the right thing? The judge knew all this, but since PDP is desperate, he has collected his own money. Whatever happens again is not his business. This judiciary is a serious business. It's like I will invest in it. Okay now. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.